Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is going to be a little bit of an informal video, but the reason why I am going to do the price reveal for the exosomes is because in order to understand this story, you guys probably will have to know the cost of the treatment that I did. And there are a lot of reasons, especially because the treatment did not go well or as well as I hoped. I was really embarrassed to say how much I spent on it, because I had spoken to other people like in the Facebook groups and stuff like that, and they didn't seem to spend as much as I did. I mean, exosomes are expensive. Exosomes, stem cells, any kind of regenerative therapy is going to be expensive. But mine was on the very, very high end. Um, and now I kind of know why, and that's why I have to tell you guys how much it was, because then you'll sort of understand what's going on. So let me go ahead and give you guys some background. This is gonna be kind of like a cliffhanger, so that way you guys stick with me through this video. So I contacted the researcher, the guy that developed the exosomes product. I contacted him again. When I saw my doctor, and I think I did do an update because I saw her at the beginning of March, she did not bring up giving me a refund again. She told me in December that she was going to give me my money back. She didn't bring it up again in March. And I felt really bad because I don't want her to have to absorb the cost of the treatment, because I'm assuming that she did not make much of a profit from it, if any. So I contacted the researcher, the scientist guy. I haven't given you guys his name. I don't want to give out his name because now things are still getting more complicated. So the researcher that developed the product, I emailed him a few days ago and I said, look, things aren't going well. I've been very patient at my doctor's request. I have been very patient, and I have been waiting, as she had asked me to see if I will, eventually have some kind of improvement from this product. I said, and things are just not going well. I said, I don't want to pursue any kind of legal action. I don't want to do anything like that. I said, I really hope that we can resolve this issue without me having to resort to anything else. So it's like, I didn't want to sound threatening, but it's like I want my money back, or at least some of my money back, because this is ridiculous. Like, there is no way, apart from the fact that it's not legal in the United States. I'm just going to tell you guys right now, it's not legal to do IV infusions of stem cells or exosomes. The FDA regulates it a lot. Doctors are not supposed to do that. I'm not angry at my doctor for doing it. I felt that she did it to help me. I know that she's going to lose her license if I report her. I know that she's going to have to close her clinic, because it is her clinic, if I report her, if she loses her license. So there's no way. I was like, there's no way that she had any kind of malicious intent by doing this. She found a product that she felt would work. It just happened to be developed by this guy. They know each other somehow. And she was doing this to try and help me. There's no way. In my mind, there is no way that she would have done this for any other reason, because she knows, and she told me herself, if I get caught doing this, she didn't say it in those words, but she basically told me it's over for me if this gets out. So I contacted this guy, the researcher, and he emailed me back and he said, I really, really want to help you out. He said, I would love to help you out. Just give me a call or let me know what number to reach you at. I mean, he emailed me actually, no. I didn't email him. I emailed the CEO of the company. The CEO of the company is no longer at the company, which again, big red flag to me. The CEO was gone, so the email went to him, went to the researcher, because I don't want to email him again, because you guys remember from my December follow-up with my doctor, she screamed at me, and she said that he had contacted her And she'd gotten really angry about that. So no, I didn't email him, but the email went to him because the CEO is gone. Again, why? So I emailed him again. So he replied to that, and I was like, I don't want to talk to this guy. Like, I don't want to talk to him, but I'm just going to tell him, look, this is what's happening. I want my money back. Like, I'm tired of this. Like, I've waited long enough. I didn't say it like that, but I was very formal about it. I said, look, I don't want to resort to anything else. Like, I just, I want a full refund for my money. Just please, like, I'm over this. And he didn't really email me back right away after that. But in my mind, I was like, I legally have to put it in writing. I know that, when I've spoken to lawyers and stuff, they're like, you have to put it in writing what you want. So I put it in writing, and then I was like, okay, what should I do? And I think the next day, I waited until the next day, and then I called him. I called the lab because he works at this laboratory. And they sent him a message, and within, I think like an hour later, he called me. And he goes, yeah, he says, so what happened? And it's funny because, like, he's nice, but he's also like, look, these are the these are the facts. This is how it goes. He says, we supply the product. We give the product to a distributor. He says, and that distributor has contracts with doctors, dermatologists, estheticians, clinics, and they're the ones that sell the product to whoever, right? To whoever, these doctors that get the product. In the email I had told him, I said, well, then the distributor is partially responsible. I was assuming that this guy was the distributor. He's not the distributor. And he goes, I do agree with you. He says, I agree with you that the distributor is partially responsible. He says, I also agree with you that, the dosage, because I told him in the email, I said, there's no way, because he told me it's a topical product. It's a product that's used for the skin, and it's only supposed to be used for the skin. And it's not, it says it on the bottle, only to be used topically. And so I'm just like, okay. And I understand that doctors are going to use it off label. I know my doctor didn't look at it and go, oh, this is going to kill her. I'm going to infuse it into her. She probably saw it and was like, it's safe enough for IV infusion, right? So he said it's only to be used topically. And I said, well, yeah, so how many exosome facials would I be getting with a dosage of over 300 billion? I said, what am I doing getting exosome facials for 7 days straight? Because all the product was used within a span of 7 days. And he said, I agree with you. He said, so the distributor, he gave me the name of the distributor. He says, I have a contact. He named the guy, I guess, whoever is in charge of that company. He says, I'm going to try and contact him. So I'm going to try to get a hold of him and talk to him. And also the girl that is the contact at that company, that's the contact with your doctor. Because there's a girl, I guess like a rep. And she's the one that's like the point of contact with doctors and stuff. He gave me her name too. And he's like, I know her name. He says, I'm going to try to get a hold of her too and talk to her regarding this. He said, on top of that, he says, I don't have the money. He says, we didn't receive any money at all. He says, the distributor that sells the product, he gave me the name of the distributor. He says, they're the ones that sell it. He says, in each vial is about $1,500 a pop. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, $1,500. I did 3 vials at $1,500. That's only $4,500, right? And let's add, another $500 for the office visit and infusion supplies. I'm like, that's like $5,000. I did not pay $5,000 for those. And I told him, I said, so I told him, you're telling me that my doctor pocketed, I said, so the distribution company has that money, right? He goes, no, he says, you can even see the pricing on their website. He said, if you're, if you're planning on buying from them, if you're a doctor or whatever, you can actually get access to see their pricing on the website. He says it's about $1,500 per vial of that product. So let me give you the price that I paid. I paid $6,000 per vial. I had 3 vials or 3 bags, 3 infusions, at a total cost of about $18,000. What he's telling me, the researcher guy, he is telling me that my doctor, he says, your doctor, because I told him, I said, so she pocketed $13,000. He goes, yeah. Like, he didn't even hesitate. He was like, yeah, she did. She pocketed $13,000. And I was like, I don't believe that. I said, because that's her license that she's going to lose if I say anything. I said, she wouldn't put herself in that position. But he's like, no, that's, he said, I will contact the distributor and I will talk to them. He says, but as far as I know, they sell them for $1,500 a pop. They are for topical use only. And I did go to the website. It is for topical use, like when you do like microneedling, dermabrasion, whatever, injecting that into the skin. So he flat out was like, yeah, she pocketed about $13,000 extra profit from the product. I sat there. I was completely, and I still don't 100% believe him, because the other thing, when I got off the phone call with him and I sat and I thought, I was like, why didn't he say this the first time we spoke? Because I spoke to him, what was it, back in December, right? After that appointment before December, because that was why the doctor yelled at me, because I had talked to this guy. And he didn't say any of that. He did ask me, he said, how much did you pay? And I thought it was weird that he didn't know how much I paid. That right there is what makes me a little bit uncomfortable, because if he knew that the vials were $1,500 a pop, why did he ask me how much did you pay? He obviously knows that either that company that's distributing the product is upcharging the product, or that my doctor, according to him, my doctor is the one that is upselling and making a massive profit from this product. Massive profit. This isn't even like to cover the cost of the supplies and the office visit. You're making you're making like 3 times, more than 3 times, what this product costs, on top of the fact that it is for topical use only. So again, that is the one thing that made me uneasy, was the fact that he didn't say any of this back in November, that he didn't say, that product retails for about $1,500. Your doctor should have only charged you maybe like $2,000 or $3,000 per vial if she wanted to, make a profit from it. I haven't heard back. He hasn't called me back yet, because he says that he's been busy. He's been traveling because he has like labs. I think he has a lab in Florida and, the place in Cancun and all of that. So he said, I just got back. He said, give me some time. He said, I'm going to contact the distributor. I'm going to talk to the guy. I'm going to talk to the girl, the representative. He said, and I'm going to contact your doctor. Because I had put in the email, I said, please do not contact my doctor without talking to me first. And I kind of like took a deep breath, and he's like, I need to talk to her. He says, I need to talk to her about this situation. He says, I have to talk to her. He didn't tell me what he was going to say, but he said, I need to talk to her about this. He said, but I'm going to contact the distributor first. My doctor is out of the office until I think for another week. So I think she's out for the first week of April, and then she doesn't come back in until the second week. And so, he's just very much like, he does want to get to the bottom of it. I don't want problems with people, but I want my money back. Like, I want my money back. Like, I'm not, at this point, it's like, I don't care. I don't care what you guys have to do. I don't care if you have to talk to my doctor. I don't care if she screams at me again. I don't think I'm going to see her anymore if this is true. I mean, even if it's not true, we're kind of at a point where she doesn't know she doesn't know what she's doing anymore. And she can't help me. She can't help me anymore. And whatever she's doing is only hurting me. It's hurting me more than it's helping me. So my only goal, and if she really does not want to get in trouble, if she really doesn't want to get in trouble, she will give me my money back if what he's telling me is true. If what he's saying is true, that she turned a $13,000 profit from this product, then if she wants to retain her medical license, and her clinic, she's going, she probably, I mean, that's probably why she had told me she was going to give me a refund in the first place, because she knew that she had gotten caught, or she knew that things weren't going well, and she was like, I'm going to end up losing my job. I'm going to end up losing this clinic, which really is not a big deal because she's already retirement age, so she doesn't really need to work anymore. But I don't know if she has some kind of financial problems or what's going on, because that is insane to me. Like, I cannot even, like I said, I still don't buy the story 100%. He seems very genuine, and I told you guys this in the other video, that he seems very, very genuine. He seems very sincere. He does seem like he wants to help me with the situation. But again, he knows that he could be held responsible as well, or this distributor that's distributing this product. He has to be making some kind of money from this. He's saying that he's not, but I'm thinking, if you manufacture this product, right? If he developed this product in his lab, and this distributor is selling it, he has to be making some kind of money. Even if the distributor is a different entity, I'm thinking to myself, how are you running that lab then? What are you doing with that product? You don't just run a lab for free. So in my mind, I'm like, there's got to be some kind of a kickback. I don't know how this industry works, but it's like, yeah, this was a product you developed. These people are selling it for you. There's something kind of missing between step 1 and step 2. Between step 2 and step 3, which is the distributor and my doctor, I get it, right? He's telling me it sells for $1,500 a bottle. Say my doctor would have charged me $3,000 per bottle, that would have been a total of $9,000, and she would have made, a 50%. I mean, I don't know. She would have made a profit. She would have doubled her, whatever. So I'm just like, I just don't get it. It just doesn't make any sense to me. I don't want to believe it. I just really, if it is true though, there's no way that she is not going to give me my money back. There's no way that she's going to say, I'm keeping this money and you can just deal with it, because she knows that she's going to suffer some very serious consequences. And the lab too, and the distributor too. The distributor especially is going to be like, hey, you need to give her money back. Like, why did you charge her that much? So the distributor also too, here's the other thing too, this guy, the scientist, told me, he said, if the doctors are doing something with the product that they're not supposed to be doing, in this case, doing IV infusions, then the distributor can terminate the contract. So she won't be able to buy product from them anymore, which I don't think she's going to care, because she doesn't use the product that often, and she's definitely not going to use it again after this. But he said, that's why I need to talk to him, because I don't know if he's aware that she's doing that with the product. And in my mind, I'm like, he has to be aware. He has to have some kind of clue, and just possibly turning a blind eye and saying, okay, we're making, if they were to have made that $18,000 profit, he's like, okay, cool. I don't care what you do with the product. We're making a good chunk of cash. It's possible that she took half, she took 9, and maybe they took 9. That's another possibility. So, I cannot believe it. I don't want to believe it right now. Because she was really upset, and she said, she's like, I'm going to have to pay you back in payments. This was back in December. She said, I'm going to have to pay you back in payments because we don't have that kind of money just, laying around. And I understood. I was like, yeah, she's eating the whole $18,000, on top of the fact that she used infusion supplies and the office visit. She's losing a lot of money. she's paying for the product instead of me paying for the product. But now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, she didn't lose any money. She made a massive profit. If what this guy is telling me is true. So I'm beside myself. I am truly, truly beside myself. And I can't wrap my head around it. I'm actually really like anxious to see what the outcome is, like what this distributor tells this guy, because, I told him, I said, he sold over 300 billion exosomes. That's a massive dose. When you're doing topical, microneedling, whatever, one of those vials is about 110 billion exosomes. I said, that's like multiple facials. That's multiple facials. I was looking up the cost of exosome facials. On the higher end, an expensive exosome facial is about $500. So I was like, okay, that's like 35 exosome facials, but I'm going according to cost. I'm not going according to the dosage in the bottle. And I think if I go according to the bottle, one of those bottles probably does like probably 30 exosome facials on its own. So, because I don't know how much they apply topically, but you're not, I mean, if 300 billion is a massive dose for intravenous infusion, that's a massive dose. Then, for your face, for just your face or your face and your neck, it's like maybe a billion. I don't like, it's unbelievable to me. I just can't wrap my head around it. But I did not want to do this price reveal, especially now I feel even dumber than I did before. But, I couldn't tell you guys this story without telling you the cost of the product, or how much it cost me, because then you guys have to compare it to the actual cost that the distributor is selling it for. And it's truly unbelievable, but I have a lot of hope that I will get my money back, or at least most of my money back, because there are going to be serious consequences. And it seemed like he was trying to reassure me, like, look, we're going to sort through this. Like, we're going to get to the bottom of this and we're going to figure it out. And so he seems like he does want to, because he knows that he can also, I mean, I was about to report his lab to the FDA. Like, I feel so angry, but also bad, because I was really like this close to just submitting a complaint to the FDA. And it's like, he's telling me he has nothing to do with this, which again, I doubt it. But, the person that has the money is a person responsible. That's just the way I see it. Whoever made this profit is a person responsible. If it was my doctor, she's responsible. If it's this distributor, they're responsible. Whoever has the money is in charge of is responsible for, has to be held accountable. Whoever has the money has to be held accountable and has to issue the refund. Because I don't feel that whoever did not receive the money should have to foot the bill, because that's a major punishment for someone that doesn't. I mean, it's a punishment for me. It's a lot of money even for somebody that has money. So, it's just really one of those things where I did not expect this to happen. I did not expect this story that he's telling me. I really thought that he was going to say, look, we'll give you your money back. We'll give you a full refund, and let's not talk about this anymore. And he was just like, I didn't get the money. He says, there's another distributor and he doesn't have your money either. So I'm going to leave you guys hanging with this one. Hopefully I will have an update for you guys. The other updates will probably be less formal than this. That way I can give you an update as things go. But I'm keeping my fingers crossed, you guys. This has turned into a huge mess. And I can't believe what this has come to. But anyways, this video's gone on long enough. Thank you so much. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care.